On today's show, we talk about how to determine who to work with and who not to work with in this industry, and how to deal with those creepy photographers. It's your friend Adam Delane of AD Photography, and today's show is a good one for you. I hear it all the time, people getting burned by photographers, MUAs not showing up for photo shoots, models not showing up for photo shoots. It's crazy, and in this industry, like Floyd Mayweather says, you can't have the good without the bad. It's inevitable, it's gonna happen. The key is to minimize those damages though, and to run into these things less often. So when it comes to working with people, whether it's a paid TFP, in exchange for your time, free shoot, whatever, you have to look at people's work. If you look at a photographer's work and it's a model and she's on a backdrop, and you can see the wrinkles in the backdrop, you can see it's a sheet or some type of curtain, you know their quality of work isn't that good. So you want to steer clear of that person. A lot of the stuff is common sense, you guys. If you're looking through an MUA's work and you see the eyeshadow isn't blended that good, lines aren't crispy, lipstick isn't that good, it's pretty much safe to say that they're not that good, and you might want to say, hey, I would love to work with you at a later time. Right now, your quality of work doesn't meet where I'm at right now. If you're looking for a particular model, look through her body of work. Easy. Whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or on Model Mayhem, you look at her work, see what type of modeling she does, look at her facial expression. It's been so many times where I'm talking with the photographer and they tell me about some model and how, he thought she was, going to come kill it. And then she came and just gave him bland facial expressions, boring poses. And he was kind of upset and kind of wasted his time. And I say, let me see who she is. And he shows me, I'm like, look at all of these 10 photos. She has the exact same facial expression. Look at these 10 photos. She has the same basic poses. Like, why did you think she was gonna kill it? Oh, because I looked at her Snapchat and her Instagram and her poses. You have to look at people's real body of work when choosing to work with people. From a model standpoint, hey, photographer hits you up. Hey, I would like to shoot with you. What type of ideas do you have? So on and so forth. Before you even message that person back, you go through their work. If it's viewable, some people's pages are private and whatnot. If that's the case, you reach out to them, say, hey, give me access to one of your pages so I can look at your work. Don't tell them to send you their best work, because then they're going to just send you their absolute best, and then you come along, they might not give you their best. Get a good pool to look through. So you look through their work, see if their work matches your style, your quality, if it's up to your standard and quality, and editing as well. Some shoot very well, but can't edit. Some can edit very well, but can't shoot as good. So you have to be able to look at that and determine that. And if you're a model and you're serious about this industry, then you want to train your eye to be able to determine what's good, what's acceptable, and what's great. That's your job and no one else's. If you're a photographer, before I work with a model, I look through a bunch of her photos. I don't just look at her Instagram. I just don't look at her Snapchat. I don't look at her best work. I look through pages of their social media, whether I look at their Instagram, I look at their Facebook, and I then take all of that in and make my decision whether to work with that person or not. Ooh, she does great facial expressions. Like, she has great poses. Before I spend my time working with someone and their faces are all the same and bland and no real emotion to them and don't know how to pose, I'm not even gonna waste my time working with someone like that on a TFP shoot. So you have to look through all of their work. Don't just get fooled by a pretty face or handsome face if you're looking for a male model. MUAs, when you're looking for a photographer for your portfolio work, you have to look through their body of work. Same with the model. When you're choosing a model, you have to take into account what type of makeup are you doing. Because you know, some faces are better with certain type of makeup styles. Glamour and all of that is one set. Then you have some avant-garde or something a little bit outside the box where high cheekbones may be something that you want for your shot. So you have to be able to look through their body of work and check out and see if they're the perfect fit for what you're trying to execute. Now, getting into this creepy photographer part, but I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I am so anti creepy photographers. Let me say it again. I am so anti creepy photographers. I despise them. You're a grown man, because most of the time it is a man, and you're here to conduct a service. That flirty stuff, the inappropriate comments, the extra touching or all that's BS, and you do not deserve to be in this industry, because you make photographers like myself who do this out of pure love and the passion for it. You make us all look bad, and I hate it. So models, how to deal with creepy photographers. One, I want to start by saying you want to make sure you're not giving off any signs for the photographer. Like when you're discussing the shoot, babe, boo, thanks, love, kissy faces, hard eyes, in the end of your sentences. You want to make sure you're not doing any of that, because at the end of the day, you know, at the very end of the day, you are a very attractive women. We are men. You know, I've had models who, you know, mentioned that I was attractive and they would have liked to get to know me a little bit more outside of photography. And that's cool. That's perfectly fine to do outside of the shoot, because that's what it's human nature to be attracted to someone of the opposite sex that's attractive. So you don't want to send any mixed signals basically at all. So when you get to the shoot, if you get the indication that this photographer is creepy or trying to be creepy or saying inappropriate stuff, please just look him in his face like, hey, I appreciate this opportunity and us working together, but there's no interest like that. Let's keep this professional and come out with some dope photos. And that's it. That's all it takes for some. And then if he keeps on, then that's when you just have to literally say, okay, well, I have to end this photo shoot. I know women, to confront a man sometimes, I know it can be uncomfortable and you can be nervous about it. But trust and believe, sometimes that's all it takes. It's just for you to speak up like, hey, I appreciate this, but let's just keep it professional. And that's it. Now, I'm pro community. So before you even book with that photographer, if he's inboxing you or you're inboxing back and forth, before you even shoot with him, look through his work. See who he has shot with. You might know, or your friend might know them, and just reach out to him. Hey, I see you shot with Sam Joe. How was your experience with him? Did he do any creepy stuff or anything like that to make you feel uncomfortable? Or did you get your pictures back in a timely manner? You know what I mean? And just reach out to people who you've seen working with that person. Then after the photo shoot, you know, if he's so creepy and so disrespectful, and here it is because you told him, let's keep it professional. Now he's trying to hold your photos hostage. Then that's when you need to take it back to the community like, hey, I worked with Sam Joe Photography, and after I told him that let's keep this professional and he was being a creep, he's holding my pictures hostages. Any other models work with him and had this type of situation? Because what we need to start doing is calling these photographers out. And I say that because, one, they're giving photographer and photography a bad name and making people want to not shoot with us or be uncomfortable to shoot with us. And I hate that. And two, it's really, really, really affecting models. Like there's models who are going to these creepy photographers and being ruined to the point where they just don't want to do modeling anymore. They just want to quit because the photographers is being so creepy and that makes them uncomfortable, and they think that all the photographers are like that. So forget them creepy photographers. Start putting them on blast. I want to expose everything else and expose people. We have to start exposing these creepy photographers and for what they are, and these unprofessional photographers for what they are. That way, the next person doesn't get hurt or treated the same way you did. They get mad, who cares? They shouldn't be like that. They're the ones hurting our industry. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is that the model is comfortable while shooting. Thanks you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave a comment, any questions. I'm still looking for more and more topics. I want you guys to let me know what it is that you really want to know. What can I hit on for you? What can I make clear for you guys? Also, I'm trying to figure out a name for this show. It's been rocking my brain for weeks. Someone mentioned in the lane, because my name is Delane. So you're like, call it In the Lane with Adam Delane. So In the Lane sounds kind of cool because it's industry. I want it to be kind of the title to be related to the industry. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Give me some names, you guys. Until next week, peace.